Yeah, so hello to all the people out there. Um Today's video is not gonna be an update video like every other day. It's it's more of a self-talk video, you can say. Like I've noticed that from past few months, I I have barely communicated with myself. I mean, things are rushing so far that I barely find time for myself and think that am I really happy? Am I really enjoying the process? The thing that I noticed today was, oh, let me say you first that today I didn't study much. मैंने बस फिजिक्स में फैक्टर्स करे वो भी पूरा नहीं किया. So you can imagine how productive my day was. Um, Probably I, you know what, from childhood, I fear monotony because I hated school. I completely hated school, and the fact I want to say that I fear monotony and my life is getting monotonous every day. Uh, but if I look upon to the days, zooming them out, then every day is not similar. Every day there's something or the other happening, which is different from the past past days. Like हर रोज सेम नहीं होता. I like that. मतलब there are small little things that happen and make it different. Like I maybe something of seconds, something that costs just seconds. That makes it different. So I used to think that हाँ ये कितना boring है and all. How boring people are. They are doing same job, same time, same places. But when we see them in a bigger picture, there's always a different crowd, always a different smell in time. If you can feel what I'm telling. Talking about my day today, something different that happened was that I noticed a neighborhood fight today. हाँ मतलब झगड़े सुनना बुरी बात है और मैं झगड़ा सुनती भी नहीं. बट अब लोग झगड़ रहे हैं और वो तुम्हारे कान में आ जाए, लाइक मैं सुन नहीं रही थी. आई वॉज जस्ट डूइंग माई वर्क एंड या जस्ट लाइक family dramas happening. Similar, the neighborhood had something like that. So there's a family and with a girl and two people, the nuclear family. So they had a quarrel with their daughter, maybe apparently due to some some reasons. What are the reasons? I don't know. Maybe they matter. But the thing I noticed was, and I related with myself, that communication is really important. Like in a good way. Not that we communicate. Like how many of us talk with our parents in in a good tone, because I also noticed it. I won't say I always talk with my mother in a good tone. By tone, I mean not respectfully. Respect is a completely different thing. I mean the tone that we're talking. They were scolding their daughter for being rude and stubborn, something stuff like that. And I related with myself too. Maybe in my case, I didn't notice it at the time when I was angry or when I was pissed off, because I was in rage at that time. But when I become the second point of view, I notice that what was my fault at that moment, if you get what I'm telling. So the girl was shouting, and she had like जनरली हम हमेशा अपने मम्मी पापा से वैसे बात नहीं करते हैं, जब गुस्से में होते हैं तभी करते हैं. And that's totally fine. Like, taking out of emotions are good, and they're important too. But the fact that I want to say is that take it out in a good way. Embrace it. अगर गुस्सा भी आ रहा है ना, तो there's a way for it, because that is just an emotion for you at that moment of time, which needs to be taken out. But for other people, for your loved ones, your people, your homies, it's it's something very harsh when you're spitting it out in anger. I'm not talking just about parents, be it any relationship, be it in a friendship, or granddaughter and a grandmother relationship, or grandfather and a granddaughter relationship. He, him, or she, he, anybody it can be. So all I want to say is that don't uh, means how do I explain this? Uh, Suppose you're angry. You're angry on your loved one. Anybody, it can be like any family member or homie or friend, your people, okay? So you're very angry on them. Like, they have said very harsh things to you past few days ago, and you just couldn't tolerate it at that moment, but you didn't tell them, okay? And then that crumbled up, piled up, and on some day you just can't take it because the bag is full, and then you just throw it out. You throw it out, but in a, how do I say this, in a very wrong way, like just the way they did it to you, okay? So then the communication between you and your loved one is just the same you had before with them. Again, then it will be both sided, right? But the knot that is formed at that moment due to some variable reasons that don't even matter that much more than your people, then then there's a formation of a knot that I said, yes. And you feel bad about it then. But the fact is, at last, that they are your people, right? So don't fuck it up. Don't mess it, because You hurt them, you get your hurt yourself. They are true to you, be true to them. So I think that uh, communication in a good way is really very important, because if you are feeling bad or feeling bad about something, just address it at that moment. Never pile it up, because address it in that moment, or address it in a good manner. Address it ऐसे कि लोगों को लगे, I mean, say it in an assertive manner. हाँ, you cannot be assertive all the time, but try to be it, because it's very important to inculcate that assertiveness in our everyday life, because people around us are very impatient these days. Because I'm not telling that I am not one of them. I at some point of time also have done those mistakes, or maybe doing right now. I'm and I'm not telling that yeah, it was all my fault and all. No, it's never completely your fault. There are always two ways and two sides of a coin. But you are never completely innocent. Always remember it. Maybe in some 1%, but very rare of cases. But in everyday cases, uh, two people are fighting, and you can never be innocent completely. Maybe it's 20% your fault and 80% theirs, but it's both ways. Uh, and also, uh, yeah. So all I wanted to say that if you have good people around you, good beings, then just embrace them, talk it out, talk with them in an assertive manner, respectfully, because everybody deserves one. You too. And to people who are doing it to you, because except our Indian parents, hopefully they are gonna take time, or I'd say no time, like they're just an exception, like inorganic. Maybe in some cases, but nowadays I hopefully they also understand, if you make them understand in an assertive way, because human being has brain, right? It works on logic. You give them facts, they get you. So yes, try to uh, communicate in an assertive manner, even if you're feeling hurt, to someone's deed. Yeah. And right now it's 10:30, and I've got no work to do. Actually, I'm not doing it. I'm talking with this fucking camera. Um, yeah, be assertive. And kind of lonely right now. I feel you know what? It's not that um, I'm craving to talk with people, but at some point of or the other, it's my fault also. When people come to me, I don't know why, I just pull up myself that नहीं 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 नहीं, अब ज़्यादा हो रहा है, फिर दोस्ती हो जाएगी. No 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 no. I generally avoid people, you know. I myself avoid them, and then at times I feel like, oh, I wish I had them. I wish I had my gullies, my homies, to go somewhere, or to to talk anything shit, you know. Like some, like there are people who have these lucky people around for them, but I've got few many snakes, few and many, potent, जो भी था मतलब, it's not few many. Most of them, most of my friends were snakes, I can say. ऐसा ही होता है, and that's life. But the fact is, sometime you crave for a true friendship. And by friendship, I mean a completely pure friendship, a healthy one, with boundaries. Boundaries for boundaries in the sense that, let me say, in real life, you know, I am a pretty private person and I don't talk with people much, except if I don't have anything, like any formal work with you. I would never come up and start talking with people at new places. But अगर कोई मतलब का काम है, then only I talk with people. And maybe that's why I don't have friends much. I'll not say that I don't have friends or I never had friends. I've had friends and pretty good memories with some of them. But yeah, it's for short span of time, and we do not have a contact now apparently, because maybe someday or the other we also had this kind of fights, and someone parted away, someone or the other. So yeah, that's how you end it. Like, communication is the problem again. Yes, hopefully I'll get to figure this shit out someday, and I'll learn how to embrace friendships. Maybe it's, again, it's not completely my fault, and it's not even me being innocent. तो ऐसा भी नहीं कह सकती कि मेरी गलती बिल्कुल ही नहीं थी. कभी कभी ऐसा भी हुआ है कि आई हैव माई सेल्फ वॉकड अवे फ्रॉम पीपल, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम people I've met are snakes. And apparently, right now, I've got nobody. And I do not feel sad about it. I embrace it, that embrace the fact that there's no one to disturb you at when times are you're doing something or the other. But sometimes you do really want. But for me, it's completely fine. Like, I don't need people, but rarely, like this day, right now. I'm thinking that even if I had somebody to hit up and talk for at least 5 minutes, you know, not with this camera, because I'm talking to Roman right now, talk with myself, and that's okay. Completely fine. If you judge me, please do, cause it's human nature, man. I also do judge people. Even if I say no, no, I'm not judging, but I do judge people. So I don't expect that nobody is going to judge me for what I'm saying. Please do judge me. Find out my mistakes, and I'd be happy to hear them. That's all. Have a good day, guys. Bye. Good night.